wanted to start with this video on immigration. 60 Minutes went down to the border and found some interesting things going on at the border. I think they were shocked about it. And, this is one of those really long segments. I have a hard time deciding where to stop this because I could have played the whole segment. But they went down, and I think they were there for 2 or 3 days, I think she says on the clip. But this is amazing. Watch the Chinese nationals crossing the border into the United States of America.
Just after sunrise, we saw the first group of migrants make their way from Mexico through a gap between the 30-foot steel border fence and rocks, ducking under a bit of razor wire and into the United States.
Here they come. They just keep coming.
We were surprised to see the number of people coming through from China, nearly 7,000 miles away.
I swear, these people.
Careful, watch.
Careful. Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
And at one point, this armed Border Patrol agent standing 25 feet away did not deter them.
Incredible. He just stands there.
So, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
This man, a college graduate, told us he hoped to find work in Los Angeles. He said his trip from China took 40 days.
What countries did you go through?
Thailand, Morocco, Ecuador.
Okay.
Ecuador, Colombia, Panama,
Ecuador,
Costa Rica,
Colombia, Panama.
But he did Thailand first, right?
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And Morocco.
Jeez.
And
40 days.
30 minutes later, a smuggler's SUV raced along the border fence and dropped another group at the same spot.
oh, good. More.
I swear.
More new people.
I swear. Make it stop. Like, literally make it
How
stop.
do they fit all these people
And 30
into
minutes
one
after that,
SUV?
another group.
Look at this.
Over 4 days,
Dozens.
we witnessed nearly 600 migrants, adults and
Over
children,
4 days.
pass through this hole and onto U.S. soil unchecked. We saw people from India, Vietnam, and Afghanistan.
Oh,
Lord.
that seems good.
Many of the Chinese migrants who came through will end up asking for political asylum.
Will
Did
they?
you travel by yourself or with family or friends?
No, just me.
Just him.
Yeah.
Just him. Military age.
The Gap
male.
is a global destination. Littered with travel documents from around the world.
Don't need him anymore. They're here now.
With the help of a translator, we learned a little about the Chinese migrants
Well, you don't
coming
want to
through.
you don't want to be
Teaching?
caught
You were a
with them.
teacher? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
We also met a banker and small business
A
owners.
banker. Pause it for a second. Not exactly the most destitute people from China, right? A banker? Okay. All right.
We need those.
Yeah, we do need bankers. We don't have enough bankers. How many times have we heard that? We need more immigrant bankers in this country.
Well, at the rate that our government is printing money.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
need more people to count the money.
Very true. All right, let's see this.
Grueling journey through Central America with dusty backpacks. But we noticed middle-class migrants from China arriving with rolling bags.
Well, that's wonderful.
They told us they took flights all the way to Mexico. Some flew from China to Ecuador because it doesn't require a visa for Chinese nationals, then took flights to Tijuana, Mexico. The migrants told us they connected with smugglers, or what they call snakeheads, in Tijuana.
Good name for them.
And they each paid them about $400 for the hour-long drive that ended here at the Gap.
Yeah, just 400.
Why did you decide to
$400.
come to the United States?
为什么要离开中国？为什么要来美国？
What?
在那边不好过，在家里面不好过。
Oh, it's hard to live there.
It's hard to live there. It's hard to live in China.
Oh, well
Hard to
then,
find jobs.
then let's get you some
What
asylum
did you
real
do?
quick.
Right.
Did you work
Right.
in China?
以前是
work?
在厂里面上班，
Yeah.
现在厂里面都不
They
好
work in the
做。
factory, but now it's hard to work in
It's
the
hard.
factory.
It's hard to work at a factory.
Was this a trip
You
expensive?
want to work at a factory?
倒闭了。
I
这
know.
个这次来就花很多钱啊。Yeah.
She said it was, and that she sold her house to cover the $14,000 cost of her trip to the U.S. Last year, U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported 37,000 Chinese citizens were apprehended crossing illegally
37,000.
from Mexico into the U.S. That's 50 times more than 2 years earlier.
Oh. Well, okay, there you go. There you go. Is that a chilling report? 37,000 last year that we had encounters with. What was the actual number? They used to say the actual number was probably 3 times higher than what we knew about. They don't say that anymore because the numbers are so astronomical. They don't want us to know what's actually happening at the border. It's so bad and it is so out of control that if the American people knew how out of control, we'd revolt.
Would we?
Yeah, we would. That's the thing.
Up,
they believe maybe we would. I don't think we would. I don't think we would.
And I'm not a politician or bureaucrat or even a Border Patrol agent, but I feel like just watching that video, it didn't feel like the border was secure from what I saw.
What?
Did you get a different takeaway?
I did. I thought it looked, I thought it was locked down.
Don't come.
Right? Yes. They said it. You know, what do you want, Keith? What do you, I mean,
The border is secure.
Maybe you didn't hear that the first time.
The border is secure.
Okay.
The Americans will revolt. Man, there's nothing that Americans will revolt for. I'm
no,
convinced.
we will. If Taylor Swift shows up at the Super Bowl and gets too much coverage, we'll revolt about that.
Will we? Will we?
Well, we'll get pissed and we'll say we'll send a strong text out or something, maybe a tweet.
If this nation, thank you, not a problem. If this nation didn't revolt during the COVID era, over what was expected of us, we will never revolt. That's where I'm at.
I hope the Democrats overplay their hands.
Yeah, well,
I hope so.
I don't know if it's possible to overplay their hand anymore. I don't know. It is frustrating. There's a list that I found of 64 times the Biden administration has screwed things up at the border. Like,
okay.
On purpose.
I was about to say just 64, and then you're like, at the border.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. A total of 65 because he's trying to push this latest bill, which is an abomination.
Dead on arrival.
So he has gutted border security since the first day he took office. And
Correct.
We've spoken about this, but just as a reminder, we're not obviously going to be able to get through all 64, but on January 20th, 2021, you might remember that as day one of this administration. Biden halted the border wall construction. Day one, that was the most important thing to him. First thing he did when he took office, stop border wall construction. Why? Same day, expanded the illegal deferred action for childhood arrivals, the DACA program, that allows cartels to freely traffic children into the U.S. Same day, he endorsed the U.S. Citizenship Act, which would grant U.S. citizenship to foreign lawbreakers. He also, on day one, revoked the Trump-era executive orders that enforced immigration laws. He revoked those orders. And now he's crying about the fact that Congress won't give him the power to do anything about the border. He ended the restrictions on immigration from countries rife with terrorism. And also day one, he stopped deportations for the next 100 days, effectively providing amnesty to criminals and removable aliens. And he sent the signal that this administration won't enforce the law. All of that, those first 6 things he did on the first day. Then on February 1st, just a week and a half later, his Department of Homeland Security required a process that shall provide for assessments of alternatives to removal, including but not limited to staying or reopening cases, alternative forms of detention, custodial detention, whether to grant temporary deferred action or other appropriate action. So it's another means to allow foreign lawbreakers to remain inside the United States immediately. He did everything he could to destroy immigration in this country. On February 2nd, He signaled an end to remain in Mexico, the policy that kept illegal immigrants in Mexico while their usually false asylum claim was heard in court. He also stopped refusing to admit illegal immigrant children under Title 42. That was in February of 2021. The Centers for Disease Control under Biden allowed trafficked children to enter the U.S. freely under Title 42. They also sped up their release into the U.S. of unaccompanied migrant children illegally entering the U.S. They lost track, if you remember, that same month of 20,000 illegal foreign children. Didn't know where they were. No idea what happened to them. 20,000 kids? You just lost track of them? The CDC ignored pandemic protocols to increase U.S. acceptance of custody for the overwhelming surge in illegal migrant children. He reinstated Obama-era parole programs that allowed foreigners illegally present in the U.S. to sponsor family members for U.S. entry. So if you're here illegally, you can also sponsor one of your family members to come in illegally as well.